Hey everybody, hope y'all are doing well. Let's see if I can get a video made here without breaking this thing. I've been not having real good luck with breaking stuff. I haven't napped for a while, and that's usually my support is always the thing that goes away. I forget to use support when I don't nap for a while, and I have to force myself to concentrate on it pretty much every strike and make sure I'm supporting this thing well. And so anyhow, let's see what we can make out of this thing. It's a really unique piece of hornstone. It's actually got some flecks of pyrite in it. You guys see that? Little flecks of like gold in it, in the black part there. I guess I could zoom in on it. There you go. I don't know if that goes all the way through or not, but I thought it was kind of cool, so maybe it'll be a neat one to do on film. So I'm just going to use my copper bopper here. Try to keep it simple. And try to talk about what I'm doing a little bit. Just all zoomed in here. Okay. So I'll start out with my second largest bopper here. These boppers that Dan Collins was so kind to send me. Almost got the big one wore out, but I'm gonna tell you what, guys, I did some napping with this thing. I'm here to tell you. I know it's only been a month or two, but man, I have broke a lot of rock with this thing, and it's still holding up. So that really should say something about the quality of these things. I mean, I'm talking about a bunch. I haven't been doing a whole lot of napping, but I've been doing a whole lot of spalling and bifacing, so that's where the wears came from. And I haven't been being particularly easy on it, this larger one anyways. Anyway, so it's held up really good. I'm really impressed with it, Dan, and I'll probably be getting a hold of you soon to make me another one. At least one of the large ones anyways. And again, I sure appreciate it. But like I said, I'm going to use the smaller size, the next size down, which I like a lot as well. And let's see what we can do here. Not going to be a very large piece, but maybe we can just do like a Snyders point or a Kirk or something with it. I just listed a bunch of the hornstone and some Fort Payne for sale. I reduced the price on it by quite a bit because it's a little bit smaller size stuff. I'm just kind of trying to move it on down the line. Hopefully going to have some Buffalo River coming soon. A little bit anyways. Hopefully have a little bit to offer. I listed 9 arrowheads for sale on my Facebook page, and they all sold within about 10 minutes. So I'm super thankful of that. That made my week. Got a rock trip coming up, or a scouting trip with my buddy Seth here in a few days, and I was kind of sweating a little bit, but that sale really helped me out. So if you're watching, you know who you are. I really appreciate that. Really, really appreciate it. So all I'm doing now is trying to flatten this off on this side, and then I'll flip it and start working this cortex off the back. Got a little step here. There might be a little seam right in the center of this thing. Let's see if I can get around here and Work my way back into that, level it off, create a platform to come back this way. Kind of clip that off there. That'll give me a nice steep edge. So that lowered this up here, and that'll isolate this little ridge right here. I can come right in here and clear that off hopefully now. Whoop, not like that. Not like that either. That was too steep. That edge was just too steep. Fracture was going too much in, so it couldn't terminate, so the flake just broke off. So let's see if I can bring that up a little bit. I'm going to come up here and hit above the edge and see if I can undercut all this stuff, get a flake to run in there like I wanted it to. Okay. There. Looks a little bit grainy in the dead center of that thing there, but I'm gonna leave it for now. Let's see if I can get this edge turned. Go ahead and start skimming some of that cortex off this back side. There we go. Had something funky going on right there. I wanted to clear that off there and make sure it didn't go any deeper. Just stiffening these edges up a little bit. Yeah, I got a punky spot. It probably goes all the way through. Give it a good whack there. Get rid of the rest of that. Just go ahead and skim that ridge off there. And let's see. Let's plan on making this our base, this our tip. I'm going to try to work back down to this pyrite. What's really showing up in there now? Check that out. Man, how cool is that? Uh-oh. Sprung a leak. Do a Band-Aid on that real quick. Get good at putting Band-Aids on fast when you're a flint knapper. And that Band-Aid feels like it about lost its stickiness. Okay, So I'm going to drop down to even a smaller size bopper here. Almost look like a crack there, but I don't think it is. Turn this edge back up so I can come across here. Try to remove that mass. I didn't drop it far enough. Get rid of that cortex there. The edge was still high, but I was able to get those flakes to go. Okay, starting to get out of that pie right there, so I'm going to back off. Start working on this other side. Start thinning our base down a little bit. It's always nice if you can thin your base from the corners rather than coming up from the bottom. A lot of times your flakes will want to step when you're trying to come up from the base. And if you can hit kind of on an angle, a lot of times those flakes will rip right across the base and thin it out real nice. And you don't really have to thin very much from the bottom. See if I can get one there. Have to get a couple up from there. Yeah, there is a seam or a crack or something going through there. If I can get under it. Turn this edge back up this way to come across. Edge failed on me. There we go. I had to overstrike that edge a little bit. Okay. Get one right through here. Another one there. Doing most of my thinning back here so I can preserve this bullseye, hopefully. There we go. I can do that a couple times over here. Have her tip thinned out pretty good. Nice. Okay. Try to roll that edge back up. Come across here. Probably need one here. Get a couple in here. I have to take this base in a little bit. I can't notch in that Cortex. Let's find out what's going on with this thing here. Felt that one step. Just turn this edge up here. Hopefully I can get underneath that seam or whatever it is. Level that out. Yeah, there we go. So there's a little bit of a dished out area in there, so I'm going to take a short flake and get that convexity going before I try to run a long flake up in there. There we go. Still got a little bit of pyrite left there. Now we're thinning her out. Try to thin this other side out a little bit more. Ooh, there's a big old streak of that stuff. So cool. All right, let's do some pressure work. Just gonna give my edges a little grind here. Don't know how well that base is going to pressure flake. Might be better off to take some little percussion flakes here. Just with that little ring of Cortex on there, pressure flakes might not want to do so great. If you can control how much of the edge you're actually catching when you're flaking on the base, it'll really help keep that end snap from happening. Go. That'll help thin it out a little bit as far as notching goes. One more here. Famous last words. Okay. Now let's do some pressure. These pressure flakers are really nice. These twist lock, really like it. You don't want to overdo it, but I haven't had any trouble with them coming loose or anything like that, so no need to really torque down on them. Okay. On the leather here. I can zoom in a little bit. Now don't expect all the hornstone to look like this. This is a really rare piece. But you never know what you're going to find in it. Some pretty interesting patterns and colors. So you never know till you get into them. So I'm just trying to center up my edges right now. That'll help regularize my contours on the surface. So yeah, hopefully this coming next week or so, I'll have some Buffalo River chert available. If everything works out like I think it will. Thin it out just a little bit more. This is just regular copper. It's not hardened or twisted or anything. Lose the leather and just use this pad. Let's see if I can push a couple in here and thin it out a little bit more. All right, knock some notches in this dude. Should I try to use an antler or the horseshoe nail? I think we'll try an antler first. Might want to flake because this is a brand new antler that a lot of times when they're fresh like this, the outside enamel or whatever, they don't want to flake back. But we'll see. These little flakes I'm taking with kind of like manually without striking it are really important to kind of raise and lower that edge and keep you in the ballpark of where you want to be. I know this lighting's not good. It's getting right in the shadow. Try to push this one up in a little bit. Yeah, make sure it's wide enough so your tool's not going to grab the edges and rip it off there. Don't take a lot of force when you got your edge set up at the right height. It's getting kind of tight in there, so I am going to grab a horseshoe nail now. Okay, let's go over here and start. I can always take that one deeper, but I want to start on this one now. I think I'll go ahead and just switch back to this horseshoe nail. Make sure my edge is on this barb's kind of going in the right direction. One more there. Should set me up good to come back in this other direction. I'll widen my platform. Gives me a broader striking area. A good one. Just matching this barb to this one. Try to get one more. Should be enough to match the other side. Kinda. I guess that's probably close enough for now. So let's do a little more pressure. Straighten up our base here a little bit. In here and thin our edge out a little bit. Not too awful bad. Just happy to get one done, not without breaking it.